Hey, travelers, this latest video is going to be a way to find a really inexpensive flight. And I'm just going to go through the basic steps that someone who actually is pretty new to flying for free and flying for cheap, and you don't actually have a lot of frequent flyer miles in your account, and you're really just looking to travel for real cheap, and you just really need to get somewhere. So here is an example that actually somebody recently asked me to get them a discounted fare to, and they were leaving out of the New York area, and they wanted to go to Hawaii. They wanted to go to probably Honolulu was their first choice, or another part of Hawaii. So I started off looking for flights because I know Allegiant is an airline that has flights to Hawaii. So I looked under Allegiant's website, which is at allegiantair.com, and I found that they don't fly from New York area to Honolulu, but they do fly from LA to Honolulu. And if you look at their schedule, their calendar here, as you can see on this page, they have a flight that's only $157 on the 26th of August, as well on the 27th of August. Okay, so if you, they don't have it where they had, just trip summary, Los Angeles to Honolulu. So actually I checked before, right now it's not showing up. The actual flight was at 8 o'clock in the morning out of LAX, arriving in Honolulu around 11 o'clock in the morning. So in order to be in LA, in order to catch that flight at 8 o'clock in the morning, you probably need to arrive in LA the night before, and you either spend the night in the airport or you find another place to spend the night that's really inexpensive, or just, you can stay up all night, whatever you want to do, but you need to be in LAX by probably around 7 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning that morning. So how would you do that? So this is probably the best deal. You'll never see a deal as cheap as $157. You're very limited on anything, like you don't get to choose your seat. You'll probably end up with the middle seat. You won't be able to check any bags, so don't bring any bags. I'm not sure if you can even bring a carry-on. Probably a personal item, a little small case, and put your personal things in that. That's probably all you can bring with you. So that's in order to get there, and that's about it, $157. And if you need to get to LAX, you don't have any special frequent flyer miles, you don't have any special discounts, you don't have anything, I would look under these three main carriers. I would look under Southwest. Southwest is at southwest.com. They don't have their prices or their fares on any other website. You have to go to southwest.com. So if I wanted to get to LAX, and I was in the New York area, so here's an example. I would do a one-way from New York LaGuardia to LAX on the day before, which is the 26th, so I need to be there on the 27th. And as you can see, I did the search, and these are the fares. So the fares are in the $230-something range. And I also did it for JetBlue. So here's what JetBlue came up with. And JetBlue has flights at $230, a little bit cheaper for about $8 less than Southwest. I don't know what that includes. Some airlines tack on some extra fees and things like that. I don't think JetBlue does. I'm not sure if they allow you to check any baggage or not. I know Southwest allows 2 free check bags, so that fare for sure includes 2 free check bags. I'm not sure what JetBlue does. I could check that out later. Also, but you won't be able to check a bag on Allegiant, so you would probably be fine without a bag anyways. So you would be best off to use Spirit. Spirit is a real low-cost, bare-bones carrier. And if you go onto the Spirit site, which is spirit.com, you click on One Way. And I wanted to start off in New York. And let's see what they have. They have LaGuardia here. And I wanted to go to Los Angeles. So here's Los Angeles. And I wanted to go on the 26th of August. And I wanted to search for a flight. And here comes the fare. If you look down here, there's a fare at $196.59. That's basically your bare bones fare. I don't even think you can have a carry-on. You might be able to have one tiny personal item with you, similar to Allegiant, but that's about it. You can't have any kind of backpack or anything with you on the plane unless you want to pay extra for that. So that's the bare basic fare is $196.59, and that is cheaper than JetBlue and Southwest. You will be arriving at LA at 11:49 p.m., which is pretty convenient. That means you just have to spend a few hours at the airport, and then you can get your Allegiant flight at 8 o'clock the next morning. So that would work out pretty well. And also to make sure that these prices were reasonable. So your total for the two flights would be $196.59 plus $157, which will give you let's see, around $354, $355. So just to take a look at what Orbitz is offering for that flight. If you are going one way from let's start from New York. Let's go from New York to Honolulu on the 27th of August. And it takes a few minutes. And they're showing us the basic fare, the lowest fare, the Orbitz bargain fare, and they don't tell you the time, they don't tell you the airlines and all that, for $422. So that's quite a bit higher than the price I just quoted, which was a little over $350. And in order to get a fare where you know the flight, the airlines, and you know the time and everything, then you need to spend $446. So it's almost $100 more. And then there's another site that I use to confirm, to make sure that I'm getting a good deal, and that's called Skiplagged. And here I'm trying the same thing, LaGuardia to Honolulu on the 26th. Actually, it's the 27th that I wanted to check it. So I'm going to do that search now. And again, yes, it's $473. And if you look at this little line here, this tells you the cheapest times. So here's one of the lowest point is $410. That's going to be September 17th. Still, it's way higher than the $350 some odd that I just found. So that's a good way to find yourself a really good deal. Just go with the very deep discount airlines such as Allegiant. Make sure that you understand all the rules and regulations. You don't want to bring a bunch of check bags onto an airline where they're going to charge you $100 per check bag, and you're only saving a few dollars by booking that airlines. So remember all the rules, follow the rules, and we'll see you on another flight.